Hello, Music 323. This is a quick video to go over some of the requirements for composition assignment 3. Please follow along in the PDF file that I've attached for this assignment. In this assignment, you're again writing an original song for voice and piano. In this case, this is a song that will include 8 bars and 8 bars only. Here's an overview of some of the items on the checklist that I will be evaluating your composition on. First, the song includes exactly 8 bars. You may use any key other than C major. Next, please use a computer notation program as with the previous song. The piano, for this piece, the piano part must include chords that are arpeggiated in the right hand. That means the treble clef of the grand staff, by using alternating 16th notes. Please see the example below, and I'll also go over that in a little bit. For the left hand, that's the bass clef part. The music should use note durations that are equal or longer than quarter notes. And I'll also show you what I mean a little bit later on. Now, a few requirements. The song must use at least 9 chord changes throughout the 8 bars. Okay, so 9 times you're going to change a chord, at least. Next, the vocal part must use at least 2 examples of a passing tone and 2 examples of a neighbor tone. Please circle and label each one as PT or NT. The vocal part must also use 2 examples of an escape tone and 2 examples of an appoggiatura. Circle and label each one as ET or APP. The vocal part must use at least 2 examples of a neighbor group, and circle and label each one as NG. As always, please provide an accurate analysis of the harmony that you've used by using Roman numerals, either printed on the computer page or print out and you can handwrite it yourself. Let's take a look at how I might start this assignment, and hopefully that'll give you some ideas. First, I chose 4/4 as the time signature and then also B flat major as my key. The next thing I need to do is put down some chords. Let's say I'm going to start with the 1 chord, and I know that on the right hand, that's to say the treble clef part is going to be arpeggiated. That is to say we're alternating between all the chord tones. In this case, I'm going to use the B flat major chord, so I'm going to just alternate between B flat, D, F, all the chord tones using 16th notes, and this is what that might look like. Right, and if you play that back, that's what that sounds like. It's a little quick, so I would recommend that you change the tempo here to at least a quarter note with the beats per minute at 60. So this is what it sounds like with quarter note equals 60. Now the left hand, I would like you to use in contrast to the right hand. The left hand should use note durations of at least a quarter note or longer. In this case, I'm going to choose half notes. Just the root here. So this is what it would sound like. Okay. For the left hand, you're welcome to use any of the chord tones. You can use the whole chord. You can use some of the chord. In this case, I just have the root. But it's important to remember that whatever you use in the left hand here, the lowest sounding note will be the bass, so that will affect your inversions. And for my song, I think I'm going to just use the root and the fifth to be in the left hand. And this is what that sounds like. And you'll notice that the texture of the song with the 16th notes in the right hand is reminiscent of Someone Like You by Adele. Next, let's put in some vocal notes. I'm going to start with a chord tone. Let's say D. And I know I want to add a passing tone here, so I know that I could add something that is a passing tone from D to B flat, because they're essentially a third apart, which means I could possibly add a note here in between that could be a passing tone. And indeed, I can, because a C is not part of the chord here in B flat, and behaves as a passing tone, right? Approaches and resolves by step in the same direction. Next, I'm going to continue this chord for another 2 beats, and let's say I'm going to start here the second bar with another chord tone in F, and I'm going to use the high F. Right? And let's say I'm going to also add one more non-chord tone here. Maybe I'll try for an appoggiatura if I do something like this. Okay, I'm leaping to a dissonant note, okay, which is not part of the B flat major chord. This G is not part of the B flat major, and it resolves by step to the F, which is a chord tone. So in this case, I have a passing tone and an appoggiatura, right? And I have used 1 chord here for 3 beats. So a few things to note. Please remember that you need to have at least 9 chord changes throughout the 8 bars. So that means that if you have one chord per bar and a few bars, you're going to need to have a few more chords in other bars, okay? And yeah, so make sure that you have at least 2 examples of each of the non-chord tones that's listed on the page. And please make sure you're listening to your composition and seeing what inspires you, okay? This is what this sounds like at the moment. Okay, so I'm looking forward to seeing your drafts on Wednesday, and good luck and have fun.